boys and girls, this is Miss Kekee, your favorite 4-H educator. I am coming to you today with an experiment. I feel like on every Friday from now until I'm going to do Weird Science Friday. So in order for me to do Weird Science, I need to become the mad scientist. Got my goggles ready? Got all the things I need for this experiment. Woohoo! Yes! So today we are going to change the color of a white flower. The way we're going to do this, we have certain items we need. We got a pitcher of water. We have a timer. We have food coloring. And we have 4 cups. And I also brought a jar. And in this jar, I'm just going to sit the flowers in it, okay? So first, let's do the very first thing you need to do. You should not have sharp objects around without your parents' permission or without your parents being in the room with you. Step 1, let's do this. I went to the local flower shop here, which was Ginger's Flower Shop, and I got some white carnations. You need to make sure you get a white flower. It can be any white flower, but it needs to be a white flower. So the very first step you're going to do is you're going to trim the stem of the white flower. So I got these, and they was already pre-cut like this, but I'm going to trim it a little bit better for it to sit in my cup without tipping my cups over. And I'm going to try to cut it at an angle. You don't want to cut it straight across. You want to give it some kind of angle. Once I've cut it, I'm going to sit it inside of my jar just for a minute. Now I'm going to do the same thing to my next 3 carnations. I bought a total of 4 because I have 4 different food colors. Now that I have cut all my carnations, I'm going to take my cups and I'm going to separate them. As I told you, I had 4 different food colorings, so I got 4 different cups. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and put drops of the food coloring into the cups before I even put the water in. So the colors I have are red, I have blue, I have green, and I also have yellow. I think I'm going to put about 3 to 4 drops of coloring in each cup. I might go back later and add more if I don't think it's enough after I add my water. Now that I've added the food coloring to the cups, I'm going to fill each cup about halfway with water. This is just regular water out of your faucet. Now I think the yellow might need a little bit more coloring in it, because I don't think it's dark as the other ones. So I'm going to put a few more drops in it. And because I did that, put a few more drops in it, I'm going to twirl it around just a little bit to get the coloring stirred in well. Yes. So the next step would be for us to place the stem into the cups. Now, I have a question for you. Do you think that if I cut the stem shorter, that it will turn colors quicker? Or do you think if I leave them all the same, but because the colors are different, it will turn quicker. Let's try an experiment. So for the yellow one, I am going to cut this stem a little bit shorter than all the rest. Now I am going to put a carnation in each one of the cups. And you need to make sure that you don't flip your cup over, because the carnation could be heavier than the cup. As you can see, I pulled off a few leaves off the bottom of it because I want the water to be able to go into the flower without a problem. Also, you can see if you look at the flowers, the green flower and the red flower are a little bit higher or taller than the blue flower and the yellow flower. The yellow flower is the shortest of all. So, the question I asked was, do you think that the shorter flower would turn quicker than the other flowers? What I'm going to do now, I'm going to set a timer, and I'm going to set it for a few minutes. I'm going to set it for maybe 5 minutes at first to see if I see any change in the color. We will be back. All right, boys and girls, we're back. It has been 5 minutes. I have looked at the flowers. The carnation, it doesn't really like anything has changed in the 5 minutes. I looked at each one of them. I don't see a color change yet. Nope, no color change yet. Not in any of them. Now, it says that this process may take some time. It might take some time before you see a big result. So you want to make sure that you check the carnations or the flowers that you have often. Like you need to set a timer, like I did for that 5 minutes, or you can do it more of a day thing. Like have your parents help you out on a Saturday and you set all this up. So you set it up at breakfast, then you check it again at lunch. Or then you come back 2 hours from lunch and check it again, you check it at dinner. Right before you go to bed, you're going to check it one more time and see has anything changed over that period of time. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to set this timer again for 10 minutes. This time it will be 10 minutes. After that, we will come back and see if we see any changes. If no changes until then, we're going to wait exactly 2 hours to see if we have any different results. So let's set this timer. The timer is set for 10 minutes and we will be back again. So we are back and this time we did 10 minutes. And we want to see will we be able to see any significant change in the carnation itself. Well, as you can see, the flower is still white on all of them. All of them have white flowers still. But I have seen a little change in the stem. If you look at the stem, now the yellow one, you can't really see it that good. It is not too much of a change. But on this green one, I do believe you can see it a whole lot better that it's starting to change. The stem, you can see the coloring going through the stem. Same thing for the blue. You can see a little change in the stem. And last, the red. This time what I'm going to do is we're going to wait about 2 hours and we're going to come back and see if there's any change within the 2 hours. See you later. Okay, we're back. It's been almost 2 hours since we checked it last. Remember, the first time we did 5 minutes and you couldn't see anything. The second time we did 10 minutes and you still couldn't see anything. Well, I am excited to tell you it's been almost 2 hours and we have color change, people. On the blue one, I see it the best. I see it better on the blue and green than I do on the yellow and red. On the blue, if you look at the tip of the flower, you can see where the blue is coming through. Same thing on the green. If you look at the tip of the flower, you can see where the green color is coming through. Red, let me see. I see a little more like a rose looking color where it might have came through a little bit, but not as much as the blue and the green. The yellow is coming through, but it's more of a dull because the flower is white. So it makes it look like it's turning maybe a little too golden on the ends of it. But a little yellow is coming through. I do believe. So that's been a total of almost 2 hours and 15 minutes that we have done this and let it stay there. It looks good. So what we're going to do is we're going to try this again. So today is 5 o'clock now. I'm going to leave. I'm going to come back in the morning at maybe 10 and see what it looked like, and I will record and let you see then. Till then, bye-bye. Okay, boys and girls, this is Miss Kekee again, the Mad Scientist. I am back. As you seen on Saturday, I came in and looked at them, and it was, you can see that came through on the trim very well. Well, today is Monday. It's about 8:15 in the morning. Now it's came through very good on the trim, but it has started to change the petal a little light color of each. Like this look like a little light pink. This one here like a light blue. I have a light green on these petals. And on this yellow one, I am very impressed with the yellow one. The yellow one looks very unique on the edges of it. Look how pretty it came out. And on the petals too on the inside, it's a little yellow. It's very pretty. This will be a good idea for you to do for Mother's Day. This will be a good thing, something cheap and simple for you to do for Mother's Day. I want to give a shout out to Ginger Showcase Florist. This is where I got my carnations from, and they are $1. The carnations are $1. Remember, we're going to use regular food coloring and water. Now, no, it's going to take a couple of hours or maybe a day or two for it to come out real pretty. So you want to do it right before Mother's Day, maybe that Friday. You want to put it on, do it that Friday and start it, and it will come out wonderful. Thank you for being Mad Scientists. Always remember to be creative. Always think about educational things. And y'all have a blessed day to the next Mad Science Day.